AI doesn't replace you, it repositions you. Welcome back to Meta Leadership Development. If you feel like the corporate career path you were promised is disappearing, you're not imagining it. Today, we're taking a deep breath and looking at how the very scaffolding of the white-collar workforce, the career ladder, is being fundamentally broken, almost rung by rung. It's happening fast, driven by AI and some aggressive organizational changes. Let's dive in. Our mission today is to unpack this using powerful sources, recent studies from Stanford and Harvard, VC firm reports, deep dives into corporate shared services, and even a case study from Indianapolis on how regions are adapting. The goal is to understand what's driving this, primarily automation, and how organizations and entire regions are trying to redefine what entry-level work even is anymore. This is a huge shift. And we have to start with the most dramatic data point. These changes aren't theoretical, they're hitting hiring right now. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, forecasts that 50% of entry-level jobs could be wiped out as AI improves, AI that can work 8-hour shifts with no breaks. Chilling. But the alarming part is that real-world data is already moving in that direction. Signal Fire's research tracked hiring across major public tech firms and mature VC-backed startups from 2019 to 2024, a critical window through the AI boom. For brand new graduates, roles for people with less than 1 year of experience fell by 50%. Not a slow leak, the tap was turned off. And this isn't just a tech bubble issue. It's broader: finance, consulting, sales, marketing, engineering, HR, design, legal, core business functions across the board. Companies are essentially deciding not to hire at the bottom rung anymore. Stanford research nailed down who's feeling it most. 22 to 25-year-olds in jobs most exposed to AI already see a 13% relative drop in employment. Not lower pay, the few who get hired aren't necessarily paid less. It's simply fewer hires. Headcounts are shrinking at that level. So what does that mean for the American dream path? Start low, work your way up? It throws a wrench into it. That mailroom to boardroom climb assumes a mailroom or an equivalent entry point. If the first rung disappears, the traditional path is structurally broken. There's nowhere to put your foot to start climbing. And it's not only AI doing tasks. Organizational changes are accelerating this. Deliberate efficiency pushes, flattened hierarchies, fewer middle managers, and a massive shift to shared services centers, SSCs. SSCs are the engine room of this displacement. Flattening is one thing. SSCs are designed to strip out what companies call lower-value transaction processing, routine, repetitive work in finance, HR, invoices, expenses, the very tasks that used to be done by new grads in local offices. Instead of junior staff scattered across New York, Chicago, Atlanta, you centralize it, often offshore or in a lower-cost domestic city. So instead of 50 juniors across locations, you might have one team of 20 in one center handling expenses for the entire company. That's step 1, standardize and consolidate. Step 2, re-engineer the processes uniformly. Step 3, the crucial one, automation. Once everything is centralized and standardized, it's perfectly set up for robots and AI to take over large chunks. The impact is immediate. Surveys show most companies launching SSCs see 10% headcount reduction in year 1, an intentional elimination of junior roles that won't return. This is strategy, cost-cutting enabled by tech. This is also where document workflow automation, DWA, comes in. DWA is eating the manual core of many entry-level jobs, creating documents, routing for approvals, tracking signatures. Modern DWA includes an AI co-pilot that determines approval paths, checks compliance with regulations like GDPR or HIPAA, and flags exceptions automatically. The junior human checker disappears as transactional work dissolves into the system, faster, more accurate, less error-prone, and largely invisible. Now shift from tech mechanisms to managerial ones. Return to office mandates. Publicly, they're framed as culture and collaboration. But the source material suggests another purpose: a quiet headcount reduction without severance or negative PR. Strict attendance pushes some employees to leave voluntarily, especially those who moved or prize flexibility. It trims workforce cleanly. There's also an element of re-establishing control, pulling people back to a more surveilled traditional structure and limiting the autonomy remote work created. All of this creates a paradox. Eliminating the entry pipeline and pushing out flexible seniors may feel efficient now, but it can be short-sighted. As senior staff retire in 5 to 10 years, who steps up? Without a pipeline of juniors growing inside the company, people who know the culture and processes, you face a leadership vacuum. If every company does this, the external talent pool shrinks too. In the short to medium term, remaining highly qualified seniors become scarce and command higher salaries. But for younger generations, prospects for the traditional climb are brutal, a cliff at the start. So if routine transactional work is going away, what's left for humans? AI struggles with complexity, ambiguity, and nuanced judgment. It's not good at genuine human interpretation. That's where value shifts. Interestingly, this even defends the humanities. Anecdotally, some computer science grads found routine coding tasks commoditized by AI, while humanities grads, philosophy, history, English, found roles in creative industries where value is ideas, context, and communication. It's less about a specific tool and more about how you think. A physics grad put it well. They no longer do physics problems, but the rigorous problem-solving and critical thinking allow them to pivot as required skills change. The truly durable skill might be the ability to formulate ideas, articulate them clearly, and communicate under uncertainty. That is resilience in this new era. This raises a huge flag for education. If companies won't train through entry-level roles and graduates need adaptive skills on day one, higher ed must change. The current model looks obsolete. We need far more experiential, project-based learning, throwing real ambiguity at students so they build portfolios, not just transcripts, equipping them to be immediately useful. Let's shift to the regional level. If the national career ladder is shaky, how are cities building their own pipelines? The Indianapolis case is instructive. Around 2015, the Indy Chamber saw the game changing, from site selection and tax breaks to human capital as the differentiator. They launched Accelerate Indy with 3 goals: educate local talent better, keep them after graduation, and attract new educated workers through migration. They built around pillars like educated and talented workers and innovative and enterprising business, with a priority on economic inclusion. Programs followed. Ascend. Indiana connects students and recent grads directly with Indiana companies for jobs and internships. Students who intern locally are far more likely to start careers there. IndyFluence supports new grads with professional development and networking to build roots, reasons to stay. The result? The Indy region began outpacing peer cities and the U.S. average in the educational level of in-migrants, successfully attracting and retaining bachelor's and graduate degree holders. The lesson: even when global corporate trends eliminate career paths, a focused local strategy on human capital can fight back against automation pressure and talent drain. Let's tie the threads. The traditional entry-level path is breaking down due to AI taking routine tasks. Businesses accelerated with restructuring, flattened hierarchies, SSCs, DWA, and even RTO as a headcount tool. Regions like Indy respond by cultivating, retaining, and attracting adaptable human talent, and that is becoming the core economic strategy. Zoom out and you meet the automation paradox that boosters gloss over. If automation removes most routine jobs and pushes the cost of labor towards zero, who buys the output? Wealthy owners of automated firms still need consumers with income. Eliminate labor, eliminate consumption, and the model collapses. If machines truly reduce labor that drastically, the entire system must change, not just jobs, but how value and income are distributed. Maybe universal basic income, maybe something different, a resource-based economy. But the economic structure must adapt. That's the question looming over all of this. We've covered a lot. What does this mean for your career, for how your company thinks about talent, and for the place you live? It's time to rethink pathways, skills, and strategies deliberately. Coach's recommendation: do this week. Map your task stack. List every repetitive, rules-based activity you do. Mark what can be automated and what requires human judgment. Pick one workflow tool, DWA, scheduling automation, dashboarding, and apply it to a real process you own. Prove value. Quantify time saved, errors reduced, or compliance improved. Turn it into a one-page case study. Rebrand your role. Update resume LinkedIn to emphasize process design, oversight, and change leadership. Build ties with your region's talent networks, e.g., Ascend-style programs. Motivational close and call to action. You are not powerless in this shift. You're being invited to lead it. Your value doesn't disappear when tasks automate. It rises when you can design, supervise, and communicate what the systems cannot. If this breakdown helped you see the path forward, subscribe for weekly workforce alerts, AI trend briefings, and coaching playbooks to help you stay employable, adaptable, and ahead. Keep learning, keep leading, and I'll see you in the next session of Meta Leadership Development.